What up, boys? It's Gaz, and welcome to the WARFRAME video. So, today, we had the dev stream on Friday, which was, had some stuff in there for sure. It had some new stuff, technically, and it also had some information on what they're going to be doing with the Steel Essence store. Because if you remember from previous videos, or just if you've been watching their dev streams in general, they did mention they were going to make the Steel Essence store more interesting, since people were saying, well, once I get through the Steel Path and farm Steel Essence, there isn't really much to spend it on. An Umbra Forma once every 8 weeks, some Kuva here and there, a Relic Pack. It's really just not enough, in my personal opinion, is what a lot of people were saying. And I also agreed. I basically was just only using Steel Essence on Kuva, and then the once every 8 weeks Umbra Forma, which, by the way, if you're watching this video the day it goes up, there should be an Umbra Forma at Teshin for 150 Steel Essence. So we'll be going over the Steel Essence store. I don't even want to call it a refresh because it's absolute garbage. They're doing the laziest change ever to this Steel Essence store, which honestly I really feel like they're just trolling us. If they're trying to claim it's a refresh to make people farm it more or whatever the heck they want to go for, this is straight up trolling at this point. Or incompetence. I want to just give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's trolling, because if they were that incompetent and thought this is actually good stuff, I actually have no faith in any future updates as far as rewards are concerned. Oh yeah, so before we get into it, make sure you are subbed to the channel, and if you want to check out the live stream and all that, make sure you hit that follow button on the other platform as well. Alright, so what are they doing to the Steel Essence store? Now keep in mind, I will probably have the nerd method of farming Steel Essence video out sometime soon, because I just, at this point, if you want to get a bunch of Steel Essence, it's negligent of me to not put out the video on it. Although, we still need to have Tevuni fixed, to be honest. Alright, so what they're going to be adding is a lot of trash, to be honest. So let's go over the not extremely infuriating stuff. Actually, it's still infuriating. What the hell is this? So here's the new stuff they're adding. Air quotes new. I guess it technically is new. So we're getting a weapon, a recoil reduction mod for shotguns. And apparently this will be the only place in the game this will drop. So give them 25 Steel Essence and you get stabilizer for shotguns. Yes, that mod that's trash and basically is only used for quality of life and nothing else. That's in the late game store that requires you to beat every single mission in the game, and then you need to open the second new game plus. So new game plus equates to reduced recoil on a shotgun. That's one new thing. There's also a Teshin bobblehead Noggle. A Teshin bobblehead Noggle. Yeah, they thought people weren't farming it enough, or they wanted some more stuff to farm for. There you go, man. You can get a bobblehead. Stock up on those bobbleheads. Get your entire ship full of bobbleheads. Yeah, I bet a lot of people will be doing that. And we've got additional trash cosmetics. They're just one-time purchase glyphs. The Gaussian Action Glyph. 15 Steel Essence for a one-time purchase. And if you did the alerts when these came out originally, there's nothing there for you. And then there's the Katas, which is a random weapon that was on the China build of the game that it's going to be on the global build now, basically. So this is the new stuff they're adding. There is one thing besides this we'll be going over in a second, but yeah, to be fair, not exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting actually good stuff. I'm thinking Prime Nightmare mods, some maybe a combined elemental mod that has built-in corrosive from one mod slot with a high drain or something like that. Anything, really anything. An item that makes your companion do triple damage for your next mission. An item that lets you have instant, your pet's immortal for the next mission. It will have a respawn timer like the Vulpaphilos. Anything that actually affects the gameplay that's not a counterbalance mod for a shotgun. Because the only reason that this doesn't exist already is they probably forgot about it. Where's my Prime Blunderbuss? Where's anything? They should make this store the end game loot store. And they did claim that the Steel Path is not endgame, and I'm not trying to say it is, but we need rewards appropriate to what we're doing. 10,000 Kuva for 15 Steel Essence, that's fine. The only thing I'm gonna ever be using my Steel Essence on now is gonna be the Umbra Forma once every 8 weeks, and then Kuva. Honestly, they also owe us the alternate version of this operator armor here that they claim they're gonna add. The female version was be wearable on the male model, but that is not here yet. I feel like they shouldn't have even said they were going to add it if they had no plans to add it the next year. But yeah, let's get into the actual trash here. Like, that stuff's really bad and, like, super, like, out of touch and unfortunate. No, this is the actual worst thing I've seen DE announce in a while. Because it's a multi-facet issue here. Now, this item right here is called a Riven Cipher. This will be available once per week from Teshin for Steel Essence. We don't know how much Steel Essence it's going to cost, but we do know that it will be available once per week. And what this item will do is once you buy it once per week from Teshin for Steel Essence, you can use it to skip the Riven challenge on a Riven. So, for example, say I have catch 6 fish without missing, or catch a fish, kill a rock, and then kill an enemy, and all that kind of stuff in 30 seconds. I can use that item to skip one challenge per week. Kill 5... I mean, this challenge takes, like, you know, a minute to do. Like, maybe like 5 minutes to do at very most. But yeah, you can save 5 minutes of time for however much Steel Essence they give you, and become a worse player in the process. This item, the Riven Cipher, is actively going to make people worse at the game. Oh, I don't know how to solve this one right here. Kill 6 Dargopides. We literally have a video on that. I don't know how to do that one. I'm going to give them 10 Steel Essence or whatever it ends up being. The Riven Cipher should cost Riven Slivers. Why does it cost Steel Essence? That makes no sense. We have been asking for Riven Slivers to have a drain for a long time now. You can only use 10 Riven Slivers per week. Just like this, it's a once per week thing. Make the Riven Cipher cost 15 Riven Slivers. Now I can actually drain 25 per week, even if I think the item is terrible. Like, it's just making you skip all the legwork and just get to the wasting your Kuva part of Rivens. And what this really should have done is it should have been something that actually lets us move towards something with Rivens. It shouldn't just be skipping to get to the RNG stuff. You should be able to be like, well, you know, I've been working on this. I've been working on this Guandao Riven for a while. I've got an almost God roll. I've got range, attack speed, and chance to gain combo count. If only I could try to get range, attack speed, crit damage, and whatever negative you have. Something like a stat locker for like maybe like 200 Steel Essence or something crazy like that, or like 100 Riven Slivers or something just ridiculous. A ridiculous cost for a ridiculous effect. It makes your Riven something you can work towards. It will never be worse. Like, I'll never roll this Guandao Riven and get minus. Like, I could lock in the negative. It's always gonna have this negative. That negative's fine. I'll never get minus damage, ruining my God roll in the future. That's what they want to do. That's what they don't want to do. They don't want to make it where you have any hope at all on getting a good Riven in this game. They want to just make it so you can get to the wasting your Kuva part faster. That's all they're doing. And it's making people worse at the game because they're going to be lazy. Now, no, don't get me wrong. There's certain Riven challenges I would be okay with skipping. But not for Steel Essence, that's for sure. One of the Riven challenges I'd say is I'm okay with skipping is the Syndicate Medallions without setting off an alarm one. That one's just annoying. Because a lot of these Syndicate missions have a forced alarm at the beginning of the mission. So for that one specifically, which is just an annoying Riven challenge altogether, I can understand skipping it. But like this one, find 3 cache without using Ciphers. How long is that really going to take you? You're saving about 5 minutes, 10 minutes at most, using this Riven Cipher item, and it's only once per week. I really feel like there's lots of multi-layer issues besides the fact I feel like it's incompetence on their part. Like, we've been asking for changes of Rivens for so long at this point, and this is all we get? This is all we get. Are you really that, like, it feels like trolling. It really feels like someone is just messing around with us at this point. Oh, you want to stat lock your Rivens? How about you skip the challenge instead, dummy? Thanks for playing our game. Make sure you buy that 10 gen. Like, holy crap, this is really, really bad, guys. I know it's something you can avoid, you can ignore altogether. Of course, someone's going to comment that you don't even have to engage with it. But it's the entire thought process behind it. They're using dev time on this and not actually making things better in the game. This is not making anything better. It's just making people lazier. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. Who grinding the steel path with a bunch of Steel Essence is going to be wanting to skip a 5-minute Riven challenge? Like I said, there's a couple, like maybe 1 or 2 crappy Riven challenges. Sure, I could be okay with skipping that one. But that's where the Riven Sliver should come into play. Those things you could never actually drain. It will take me like 3 years of always turning in my Riven Slivers to probably get half of my Riven Slivers gone, guys. Because it's 10 per week, and there's no additional ways to drain them. It's honestly crazy. It is really, really crazy. What they should do is maybe make it where Rivens transmuters are in the Steel Essence store. People, like those things you get from Eidolon captures. Maybe some people don't like doing Eidolon captures. They can't do it because of the visual effects. Those are the kind of things that maybe you should put back in there. And just, I honestly feel like you should just remove the Riven Cipher item altogether. Like, I really feel like just put it back on the drawing board. I know like a lot of people are like, they're never going to add stat locking because it's just going to break the market and all that. Well, in my opinion, if you were going to stat lock a Riven, you would want to make them not tradable after using a Riven stat locker on them. And that conversation could go on, honestly, for hours and hours and hours. So I'm not really trying to get super in-depth into that right now. But, yeah, the Riven Ciphers thing, it's trash. The entire Steel Essence, air quotes, refresh is absolute trash, trolling, or just complete incompetence at this point. One-time purchases, like even this counterbalance mod, no one's going to be buying that for plat. It's a one-time purchase for you to just have your mod collection filled out. I'm never going to use this. I don't think anyone's going to really use this. So the only thing that's like a, air quotes, evergreen reward is this Noggle, this Teshin bobblehead is the only new evergreen reward, if I could even call a bobblehead an evergreen reward. So this is honestly, guys, like, what do we do? What do we do? I guess just use all your Steel Essence on Kuva or Relics, because that's the only things that are actually worth it. Just do what I'm going to do. Use your Steel Essence for Kuva and then the once every 8 weeks Umbra Forma, because, you know, we get told that they're going to do a refresh of the store, and this is what we get instead. We get absolute trolling, out of season April Fool's joke, if you may. It honestly does feel like an out of season April Fool's joke to me, because, like, you know, they've been talking about, oh yeah, well, next update we're going to do a Steel Essence store refresh for those people that feel like there's not enough stuff to do on the Steel Path. Well, like, apparently that's what you consider a refresh for one-time purchase items, and then like a troll item that no one that's actually grinding the Steel Path is going to actively want. And it's only once per week, just to add insult to injury, guys. So, hopefully you found this video helpful. I'm going to probably get some more information out about the rest of the dev stream here pretty soon, and then we'll have that Steel Essence nerd video coming out pretty soon as well. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.